You know what trend people seem to not like? When studios split a movie into multiple parts to keep a movie franchise going for a long time. They've done this with Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, and Divergent. And you just know they'll do the same with The Maze Runner and 50 Shades of Grey. Though it makes sense for the latter. It started out as Twilight fanfiction, so it's only logical it would follow the same route as the film adaptations. Though imagine if it was the other way around, and Twilight was inspired by 50 Shades. Those vampires would be even creepier. I've gotten off topic here. I'm just going to tell you the nominees for Best Multi-Part Episode. Animation Look Back, the best of stop motion.
On the other hand, though, The Tale of the Fox is the first ever fully stop-motion animated feature, and all of its animation was finished in 1930. But it wouldn't get a release until 1937. I guess I'll let you guys figure out for yourselves which one is considered first. But anyways, if we do go by release dates, this movie would be considered the 6th ever animated feature film, and the 3rd to actually have sound.
Cartoon Palooza Halloween Special.
So our movie begins with the girl from the cover art of some old Korn album, and you might notice something about the animation style.
It's creepy to look at.
Not too long ago, Robert Zemeckis ran a failed company whose films were mostly animated through motion capture. While the technique allows for the movement of actors to be translated much like an improved form of rotoscope, it can lead the result to seem very uncanny, as mentioned in a previous editorial on animation that aims too much for realism.
Graphic novel picture show, Birds of Prey.
Before we find out that he's actually a metahuman. And he drops in on his boss in the shower. None other than Harley Quinn. Now, keep in mind the fact that she's got a master plan in the works. It'll be important for later in the series. We then stop over at the clock tower, where Barbara is filling out paperwork to get Dinah into Gotham High. I question the legality of this, seeing as how Dinah is a minor.
And South Jersey Sam, Five Nights at Freddy's.
The guy who made this game has been doing a lot of religious projects. In fact, some of his games that he made, with the same software, mind you, were religious based, so I don't know if he is entirely religious. I'm assuming he's a Christian or something, but it seems as though it would be amusing to know what his church or his group would say if they saw something like this.
And the best multi-part episode goes to Animation Look Back, the best of stop motion. There sure is a lot of variety in the winners tonight. Next we have Best Crossover Special. A lot of the time, crossovers are unnecessary attempts to pander to fan bases. But these are crossovers that actually make sense to do. Rugrats Go Wild, they're thankfully not. Sam Fleming and Logan Rinnebaum for Huey's Animated Movie Reviews, the top 10 90s cartoon intros.
Like Bump of the Night, it has a rockin' 1950s style piano tune sung by none other than legendary singer and songwriter Little Richard.
Wait, what? That's Little Richard singing? You can't be serious.
Listen for yourself if you don't believe me.
Surfing on the sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Jimmy Justin, take your second right back more.
Well, I'll be damned.
Tony Goldmark and Stefan Crozetz for Animated Analysis, The Black Cauldron.
I don't know, it's probably explained in the book.
Come on, Honky, you didn't even do any research.
No, why don't you do the research?
Because it's not a comedy or a theme park. I have standards.
If you had standards, you would have cut your hair a long time ago.
It's okay, guys. He didn't mean it.
Seriously, you look like Tommy Wiseau's homeless cousin.
That homeless cousin is a trendsetter. How dare you insult the source of my power? New track, second! Come on! Punch him in the face with your...
Morgan Ledger and James Sullivan for Hymitude from Pages to Pictures, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Ooh, who's a fuzzy thingy? Yes, you are. You're a cute little fuzzy thingy.
Is that all you got?
I think you pretty much said everything. She's underdeveloped and that's really it.
Yeah, not much to say, seeing she's a minor character in the book. But in the Chuck Jones version...
That's not a who, that's a Martian.
That's not a Martian, nor is it a who.
And Logan Rindenbaum and Eli Stone for Huey's animated movie reviews, The Wizard of Oz 1982 anime.
With her blonde hair, blue dress, and white apron, looks more like Alice from Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
Or with the way her hair's done up and those blank, lifeless eyes of hers, probably rainbow bright.
She is voiced by Aileen Quinn, best known for playing Annie in the 1982 film adaptation of the Broadway musical.
Much like Judy Garland's Dorothy, she's still pining for a less boring world than the farms of Kansas, but unlike the 1939 film, there aren't any characters that look like the ones from Oz here.
And the best crossover special goes to Morgan Ledger and James Sullivan for Hamilton from Paged Pictures, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know, Hollywood seems to take inspiration from many things, so how about movies based on web series? Well, I have some ideas here, along with some badly put together posters that I think would go over really well at the box office. First one, The Animation Game. It's about animation reviewers who team up to decipher some mysteriously coded memos by studio executives. Their mission? To find out why there were so many Land Before Time sequels. Next idea, Hiplash. It's about somebody who wants to be the funniest person on the internet, but his teacher is really tough. Were you rushing that joke, or were you dragging it? Intense. This movie could take a while to make, but it'll be worth it. Jerkhood. We watch as some jerk of a camera ages before us as he rides the carousel progress. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean it'll take 12 years to film the whole thing. Wes Anderson movies are always worth anticipating, and I got a doozy. The Grand Hymentude Hotel. The story is about an avid book reader who's trying to read a book as a quirky set of characters and production design that looks like a dollhouse surround him. Finally, here's something sure to be a blockbuster. Morgans of the Galaxy. Then again, why would a major movie studio greenlight a film done like an 80s space comedy with a 70s soundtrack, a talking raccoon, and Howard the Duck? Like they would take the risk. Those are just some things I jotted down, though. And now I shall segue onto the nominees for Best Writing for an individual episode. Matt Bernay for Animat's Reviews, Escape from Tomorrow.
But here's the thing that will make your mind burst. He's not the one who did it first. Now, we all made this whole movie, that's like everybody's duty, but think more of that online wave. There's some jerk with a camera, his buddy Spaz Messa, and some others, including Dave. There's also Missing in the Mansion, along with its expansion that should prove this argument that this movie is no different. So go and make your movie. We won't really care. Go in our parks and film everywhere.
Tony Goldmark for Some Jerk with a Camera, ABC Goes to Disneyland.
You could win a vacation at Disneyland if you can afford a trip to Disneyland. All you have to do is give all that precious money to this thing.
The winner of that contest was also named Princess for a Day and got 3 wishes of whatever they wanted. Do we have a picture of the winning princess? And you thought Eisner was fired because he was horrible. But at any rate, who wouldn't want to win a trip to the happiest place on earth from this man?
Morgan Ledger for Vaulting, Godzilla 1985.
Or we can see how this fares in my brand new scale of music video annoyances. Alright, let's see how this fares on the rest of the lot of you. It just passed the Mel Brooks Hitler rap, and that's actually kind of tame. It just passed the Vanilla Ice Ninja rap. That's a guilty pleasure. Holy mackerel, it just passed the Zelda rap from Japan. Whoa, it just completely obliterated the Howard the Duck music video. Really, that existed?
David Rose for The DVD Shelf. The DVD Shelf Goes Hawaiian.
The real icing on the cake is how well the movie utilizes its Hawaiian setting, and much like The Descendants, 50 First Dates focuses less on the touristy sections of the island and more on the scene-stealing beauty and natural serenity of the lush Hawaiian countryside that the production crew spent 6 weeks filming as the movie navigates through central Oahu's ever-reaching acres of pineapple fields up to the island's famous North Shore and all along the windward side.
Nicholas Sand for graphic novel picture show X3 The Last Stand.
Well, now that that's out of the way and I've spoiled the plot for the one X-Men fan who hasn't seen it and just now discovered the internet, we can move on and talk about the movie itself. Oh, and hi new guy. Welcome to the internet. Everyone else is worse than me. X-Men 3 is a movie that has a lot of problems. Like, a lot. But is it as bad as everyone likes to claim? No, it really isn't.
And James Sullivan for Hymitude, From Pages to Pictures, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Maybe I'll have to tell my inner child now that Eddie's just gone off to heaven now, to hang with his brother back on that beautiful beach, playing ukuleles in the sunshine. Still, the legacy that he left, or more appropriately, the legacy that Bob Hoskins left, will still be enjoyed by audiences everywhere. And the story of one man's struggle to overcome his personal demons can still be an inspiration for those in need of help themselves, or those just in need of a laugh.
And the best writing for an individual episode goes to James Sullivan for Hymitude, From Page to Pictures, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Our next category is Best Tada Card, which perfectly expresses the video topic, and it's rather impressive seeing the artists attach their personal signature to the very first thing one sees when they click on the video page. The nominees are Sarah Genninger for Vaulting Godzilla 1985, Kim C. Jones for Huey's Animated Movie Reviews, the Top 10 90s Cartoon Intros, Michael Kipton and Daniel Swallow for VG Retro Castlevania, Joseph Patrick for Cartoon Palooza Is Hand-Drawn Animation Dead, Ian Robbins for Some Jerk of a Camera, ABC Goes to Disneyland, and Daniel Swallow for Sonic Guru, Rocket Knight. And the best title card goes to Kim C. Jones for Huey's Animated Movie Reviews, the Top 10 90s Cartoon Intros.